On behalf of the City of Yonkers and Untermyer Gardens Conservancy, welcome to early fall in the garden. The garden is just coming into its fall peak, but the real exciting thing happening is the restoration of the Persian pool and all its mosaics. Today we have Stephen Mioto, who is a world-renowned mosaicist. He's done 40 plus subway stations in the Manhattan system and American embassies throughout the world with mosaic installations as well, and we're lucky to have him back here at Untermyer to do this restoration.
So hi, my name is Stephen Mioto. I got into mosaics because my godfather had a business in the Bronx and my mom was the secretary and bookkeeper. It was 10 minutes from my house, and from the time I was 5 years old I'd visit the studio every day I had off from school to spend the day there playing with stones, marble and glass, and kind of playing around. And then I kind of fell into doing it as a business. I majored in art in college, and I worked in my godfather's studio, you know, in the summers through last year of high school and also when I was in college. And that's how I got introduced to Untermyer Park. My old boss, Mr. Cravato, had the job to redo certain parts of this pool, certain parts of the floor of the temple, and then there was also like the comedy and tragedy faces that are at the far end of the park when you exit it. And that summer, I believe it was the summer between freshman year and sophomore year of college, I worked all summer on this pool, you know, and it was a fabulous experience, and it was unbelievable the work they did. I remember at the end of the job, because there was other work going on. They were redoing the limestone railings on some of the staircases. And at the end, they planted 50,000 tulip bulbs, you know, where those fountains are. And I remember coming here with my girlfriend and just, you know, it was just a beautiful place, very different, you know. And then as years went by, I heard that the park started to decay a little bit. You know, the city wasn't really taking care of it, and the pool was kind of in a shambles. And then I met Steve Burns. He called me several times to talk about different problems in different areas. And he always talked about, oh, we're going to do the pool someday, and we're going to do the pool someday. And well, here we are. Great experience for me. It's something I've always wanted to be involved with since 50 years ago I was here. And I had, besides what was left here, when Steve asked me to do the drawings for this mosaic, besides what was here to use as a reference, I had pictures dating back from when I was in college. Old slides, and even from other times when I would just come to the park on my own and take pictures. So I was able to identify every kind of fish that is in here. We've done 76 fish, I think it's 76, plus the big octopus. And but all of these fish, I had photographs that I could project to full size, and I did watercolors for the studio in Italy so that they could identify the different color of marble to use for each fish in the different areas. And so basically, you know, the way a mosaic is made is all starts with a drawing, right? So we did the drawing of the entire thing. I did a scale drawing. These waves, whirlpools that you see, back in the old days, back when I was in college, I remember being here in the winter with plastic, tracing those and trying to figure out the pattern. And we realized that there were kind of two types of waves, and then each subsequent line, they flipped. So they were a mirror image. And I kind of remembered it, and before, you know, this work started, I kind of confirmed that with what was left here by looking at what was here, tracing, and with plastic, flipping it over and looking at it. And then, you know, the mosaic is, everyone comes to visit a mosaic when I'm working, and a lot of people, they ask a question, but they answer it when they ask it. They say, that isn't done one piece at a time, is it? And that's the answer. Yes, it is done one piece at a time. So every one of these stones is placed by hand onto paper with water-soluble glue. So we draw the entire thing out in reverse. It's a mirror image, so we're working backwards. And what we glue to the paper is what you will see on the surface. And then we cut up, after we do it, we cut up the mosaic into little puzzle pieces. And if you look at this setting plan, this is one section, but you could see the individual numbers. And these are all the pieces, sheets of mosaic that I get, each one of these numbers. And then the process, like I said, because it's surface mounted on paper, so it's a mirror image when we do it. We grout it from the back. We put the thin set onto this floor, and then we flip the piece over, lay it in. We rub it in, you know, so it's really nice and bonded to the floor. And after a certain amount of time, we wet the paper, peel the paper off, rub the mosaic again, so you don't see the individual joints. Like if you look at the pool, you can't tell where these sections are because they're all worked so that they kind of disappear. And then this is the result of all the hard work.
So thank you, Stephen, for sharing a few minutes with us today. And thank you so much for all the work you're doing in the Persian pool. Folks, you should come by and get a look at this. It'll be going on for at least the next month. And you can get live action shots of what Stephen and his crew are doing in the pool. And while you're here, maybe take a look around the garden. It really is coming into its fall prime at the moment. So thank you all very much.